Do you ever crave something sweet, but you don't have anything good in the house? Well, you can make it yourself. Today we're making cookies, chocolate chip cookies. This is Gemma's recipe from Bigger Bolder Baking, and we're gonna make it a little bit different, a little bit nuttier. Let's go. We're starting off with 1 cup of salted butter. With these blocks, they have little measurements on the sides. Half a block is 1 cup. Cut it in half. So we're gonna melt this in the microwave. I like to do 20 seconds at a time just because it will splatter and make a huge mess. Okay, so we have our butter here, fresh out of the microwave. We're doing this first because we don't want to be too hot when it goes into the batter. Give that a little swirl around, and we're just gonna set this aside and get on to the next step. So we're going with 2.5 cups of white flour, 2.5. So 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And with this, you want to measure it flat. So go across the top there and toss her in. And then 1.5 teaspoons of salt. This is Himalayan salt. You can use whatever salt you want. It's 1.5. Whisk it up. And we're bringing in the big guy here. So we're gonna get 1.25 cup brown sugar, half, 1, and then half of a half. There you go. So that's the brown sugar. We're gonna add some white sugar. And this is gonna be 3/4 of a cup. Done. And then we have our melted butter here. Pour that all in. Smells like you're making popcorn. Oh, I love butter. And we'll whisk that for 1 minute. So we're gonna stop that, scrape down the sides a little, and splash vanilla. We're gonna add an egg. With this mixer, it doesn't quite reach the bottom all the way. There's calibrations you can do with a set screw, but I found it doesn't work on this one, so if you know any tips, let me know. We're gonna switch this guy out. Going with the paddle here. I think this is pretty cool. It lets the dough pass through it as it mixes, so we get a more thorough mix out of that. Wash my hands first. Do you love my green towel? It's always in the background of every time I make a video. I do switch my towels, I just always end up with this one. Take your dry ingredients. Surprise, surprise, dump it in. All right, raise that up. You want this on a low speed, you don't want to burn out the motor. So we're going to 2. And every once in a while, scrape down the sides. So now it's mostly combined. Drop that down. Now we get to the fun stuff. Hershey's Dark Tippets today. But we're not being basic today. We're going fancier. We're getting even more stuff. A lot of times cookies are too sweet, and this will help break it up. I made this recipe with all chocolate chips. It called for 2 cups of chocolate chips. I used semi-sweet last time, and it was still too sweet. So we're gonna switch it up here, and we're gonna use dark chocolate. We got the cashews, honey roasted peanuts, which are a little bit sweet, but still savory. And then sesame seeds just to add something different. So normally it was 2 cups of chocolate chips. We're cutting that in half. Okay, so there's 1, 2, and always take some for yourself. Peanuts, half cup. We'll make that 3/4 cup. So that's half cup to start. I like when they're half pieces. These are whole cashews, obviously. So we have a little trick to deal with that. Give it a little crush. Same thing, crush them up. Drop it all in there. And the sesame seeds. I've never actually put sesame seeds in cookies before, but I like Chinese bakeries. They always have sesame stuff in it. 15 mils. 2 of these spoons. And we do this on low because we don't want stuff shooting everywhere, so. So just a quick mix. Scrape down the sides again. Okay, we don't want to overmix the dough. The next step in the recipe that usually happens is you chill the whole thing. This is actually a recipe from Gemma from Bigger Bolder Baking. I love her show, so follow her too. She chills it as is like this. But when I scooped it out, it was just like rock hard. I could not scoop it. So today we're gonna scoop it first and then chill it, because it took me like half an hour to scoop the stuff last time. But first, I'm gonna clean up a little bit and then we'll just reset the set here. So when you bake these, they need a lot of space. So about 8 cookies per sheet, because they're gonna spread a lot. And we're using this parchment just so it doesn't stick. We're not gonna grease it up or anything. And for now, we're just gonna put them all on here before we put them in the fridge. We don't need to place them perfectly or anything like that yet. So officially they're supposed to be about a 1/4 cup. Sometimes that's too big. This is actually an ice cream scooper. It's close enough. So we're gonna put these into the fridge, minimum 1 hour. So one of the tricks is to give it a whack against the countertop. You want to make it fall. And this is a little gooier than I normally like. Let's give that another 2 minutes. Try these out. So it looks pretty good, nice and golden on the bottom here. Super melty, beautiful cookie. So you can really see those cashews, you've got the peanuts there, chocolate chips, little sesame seeds sticking out the sides here. Let's crack it open. Super gooey here. Hot. Let's try it. That's an awesome cookie. The cashews make it extra luxurious. You can taste the honey on the honey roasted peanuts. Overall, it's not too sweet. My only critique of Gemma's original recipe is it's too sweet with that many chocolate chips. So we cut down the chocolate, replace it with a bunch of nuts, and I think this is a hit. So try this one out. Make sure you follow her channel, Bigger Bolder Baking, and we'll see you in the next video.